this life I first became aware of the Ageless Wisdom Teachings when I was 35 years of age. And at that particular point, when I had my first session, if we can call it that, first healing session, and then after that I went and attended a course that was presented by Serge Benhayon on the Ageless Wisdom Teachings. And the best way I could describe it is I felt like home. I felt like I'd arrived back at the place that I'd been missing for a very long time. I'd lived throughout life going, I don't quite belong. I wasn't really sure where I belonged or why I didn't belong, but I was also very much a chameleon in the sense that I fit in with the sports group, I fit in with the academia group, I had friends that were bikies, I fit in with the childcare bunch that I worked with. I had so many different pockets of life that were also vastly different from everybody, and I fit in with all of them. But I always felt lonely in all of those, and I always felt like there's something more, and I didn't know what that something more was, but it felt like, I guess, just the point of saying that something was missing. So when I first attended a course as presented by Serge Benhayon, I just felt like I was at home. I felt like that peace that had been missing, I could see the light, that there's the door. I can actually come home again. And so the way in which I live now is vastly different, because even though it's not to perfection, because there's a long way to go in regards to that. But the way I used to live was, how do I fit into life? Yeah, how do I fit into this work situation? How do I fit in over here? But now more so, the way in which I live is more, how do I be with me, and how do I then take me to the world? Whereas before, I was missing from the equation. I would go to all of those aspects of life, and I was very committed to life. I was a very busy person, no matter what I was doing, whether it was working or sports or socialising or partying, it was still always taken up in some form of activity, but I was missing in that whole process. So it got to the point that I actually enjoyed being on my own more than I actually enjoyed being with people. But it was only because when I was with me alone, I knew that I could be with just me. But now it's learning how to take the me and how to be that in the world without disregard to myself, without disregard to other people, in considering that every single person is equally that same awesome, amazing, lovable being that is likely to be missing themselves as well. So when I'm with people, it's knowing that that's the way we as humanity are as a whole, is that we are missing the essence of who we truly are, which is innate within us all. The way I'd describe the Ageless Wisdom Teachings is it's an age-old teaching that goes beyond the years that any of us can put a time frame to. But the simplicity is knowing that there is a wisdom within us that is universal. And that wisdom within us belongs to each and every one of us. And society has supported us to conform, to live in a way that is absent of that universality. And so to me, the Ageless Wisdom Teachings is supporting us to return the universality to our everyday livingness, to our everyday way of being in life, and knowing that that belongs to us all equally so.